Hey everyone, I wanted to go over the new and exciting news that we got for Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak, which is set to release on both the Nintendo Switch and on PC on June 30th. And today we're going to be checking out something really cool, and that's the fact that Capcom seems to have put up a new interesting gameplay clip that a lot of people seem to be thinking that is suggesting a brand new map being added into Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak. Now this one comes to us officially from the official Twitter account in both Japan and in North America, and essentially the clip is to showcase that insects are getting bonuses when it comes to insect glaives, and they are getting a ton of new changes. We're going to try to cover that at the back end of the video because ultimately that's not really what this video is going to be about. We are going to be talking about the new clip itself and what they decided to showcase. So there's three specific sections that they show off here. First and foremost, they showcase a hunter fighting a graded sushi in the Shrine Ruins. That is exactly where that location is. Literally, I believe it's area 2 or 3 or something like that. That is literally just, the normal spot where you fight graded sushis. I believe even in the tutorial area. So, not that big of a deal. We're going to move on from there because there's really nothing else to say. We're going to skip over the Tetranodon clip because that is the interesting one. We're going to talk about the Rathalos one, and they basically showcase a hunter fighting a Rathalos with the insect, and basically that is in the Citadel. That is basically the new map that you're going to be fighting in Sunbreak. Nothing really revelatory there other than the fact that they're showing, insect stuff. We're going to talk about that in a bit. Now, backing over to the Tetranodon clip, this is why I segmented everything up. You guys should be seeing that on screen right now. They are showcasing a hunter fighting a Tetranodon in an interesting location that certainly does not seem to be part of the game as of right now. I say that because when I originally saw this clip, I thought to myself, oh no, that's clearly the Flooded Forest. I'm 100% sure that is the Flooded Forest. So I went around and I walked around in the Flooded Forest just to make sure I could find that specific spots. There's two spots that they showcase. The ones where the Tetranodon is kind of up close, so he has a little bit of a downhill cave going in underneath. And when they spin around the camera, you can actually see that they're on the upper side of the map. And to the right side, you kind of see some ruins there, which presumably tells me this is, the Flooded Forest. There's plenty of ruins there. And then there is the clip there where they showcase a little bit backed off. So you have the cave all the way to the back side. The hunter's kind of like running around, throwing off insect stuff. And there is a little bit of like a overhead pass in the cave behind the Tetranodon. You do get to see that there's a skyline. There's like a little bit of a boulderish like type of thing, and then there's the cave underneath. Everything there to me told me this is the Flooded Forest. So I walked around the Flooded Forest and I couldn't find that specific area. So I thought to myself, interesting. So they are showcasing clearly something that is not in the Flooded Forest yet, and this is why I think and why I say yet. Because when you actually look at the plants themselves that they are showcasing in this very small clip, you do get to see like the plantains looking plants. You do get to see like the islandish looking plants a little bit. You do get to see like a little bit of running water in the background that is not necessarily connected to a river. You get to see a lot of those dry sticks that are just sticking upwards. This is a lot of the same plants, I would want to say topography, that you would relate to the Flooded Forest. When you look at the Citadel area and you see the plants in the Citadel, they do not look alike. The plants in the Citadel look more foresty. They look more just like a normal forest, like plants. Shrubbery is a little bit different. The stuff here that they're showcasing literally looks like the same type of stuff. It's like they picked up and they dropped it off somewhere else. That is just the same stuff you're going to find in the Flooded Forest. The shrubbery and the plants here showcased in this Tetranodon clip do not look like the stuff you're going to find in the Citadel. With that said, I will say there is a caveat. Remember, there's a specific area in the Citadel we have yet to fully see explored as of right now. There's probably a good lore reason for that, and that is the fact that there is an underground cave area in the Citadel that Capcom has not showcased just yet. We know this because not only have we seen several entrances to the underground already in different clips in the background that they've shown us already. I believe the Garangom fight showcase one, and I believe one of the overhead clips when they're like using the wire bugs, like those big wire bugs that kind of fling you from one place to another. We kind of get to see different places where there's like caves leading you underneath. We've also seen the Lost Ruins clips. You should be seeing that on screen right now from the Citadel, where you actually are like underground and there's like a rivery area and stuff like that underground. But we haven't necessarily seen a full clip of like a hunter walking around there just yet. So we can't completely 100% dismiss that the Citadel underground area is connected to some other weird thing. I'm not going to dismiss that. But whatever they're showcasing here with this Tetranodon, that is not in the Citadel. It doesn't necessarily seem to be, unless it's, again, connected to some weird underground labyrinth, different map type of thing, which I wouldn't pass them, but it just doesn't look alike. Doesn't necessarily connect to me. So what I will say here is that I know a lot of people are saying this is a new jungle map. Guaranteed new map, 100%. I don't subscribe to that theory. I'm going to be flat out and say that. The reason for that is, I spoke about this before. I think Capcom is going to tweak the original maps and add in new qualifiers, new areas to explore, new things to see, maybe just for specific quests, or tying them up completely to the entirety of the new trio, this new monsters that are like kind of causing havoc. They could easily probably make it seem like there are just event quests that kind of change the topography of the map itself. And this is one of the results. We're seeing a new different area, a new expanded area in the flooded forest that simply we did not have access to before. This area to me literally looks like the flooded forest, except it's literally not in the game. That is the only real difference. And it all goes back to that little screen, and I'm going to try to capture that and show you guys right now on the screen. When the camera spins around, this happens very fast. When the camera spins around, you do get to see the Tetranodon sent back a little bit. So on the left side, you do have the cave. You do get to see that in the cave, there's like light coming through. So you do get to see that it's not just like completely covered off. Whatever it is that you're like fighting in front of is like an open hill, open mountain-ish type of side. And then to the right, you do get to see that you're like on surface level. There's the clear sky right there with the trees, and to the right of that, you do get to see the shrines and those like Mayan temples, if you will. All of that stuff is from the flooded forest. So to me, this is just another section of the flooded forest that we simply do not have access to as of right now, and that's what they are showcasing. Now, I did see someone mention that Tetranodon does not fight in the flooded forest. Now, I couldn't necessarily verify it in the game. I'm sure there's a quest that he shows up in there, but if he doesn't, that's interesting. That doesn't necessarily mean that they can't change that. But as of right now, I'm going to say that this is just another section of the flooded forest, but we're just going to have to wait and see. That's about all the information that I wanted to go over. I know a lot of people are hoping for a new map. Believe me, I am too. I would be happy if I turn out to be wrong, but we'll just have to wait and see when the game drops, because Capcom is certainly not willing to tell us anything as of right now. But do remember, E3 season, game event season is coming within the next few weeks, so we should be expecting some type of trailer very soon. If you're brand new to my channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe, hit the bell to receive notifications when the videos go up, and as always, thank you so much for watching. See ya!